Hello, 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 people. So, today is a eventful day, long day. Tired, fed up. I was arrested again for the sixth time. Been arrested now for exercising my First Amendment. If you have not seen the videos that I've uploaded earlier, please check those out. I will upload the other videos after I get off this stream. But like I said in the description, I'm definitely going to violate my bail conditions right here, right now. And I have no problem violating my bail conditions over and over and over and over and over again. How am I going to violate my bail conditions, you may ask? Since you're all here, waiting, I'll give you a little hint. So, one of my bail conditions says not to drink alcohol. Just to spite the bootlickers and the tyrants, here I am opening a bottle of vino. So bear with me, please. If anyone has any questions, feel free to shoot them off in the chat. I'll try to answer them. This is for the New Hampshire state tyrants and the bail commissioners and Governor Sununu and all the other bootlickers out there. Can breach my bail for that. How about that? Breach my bail now. And if people aren't willing to challenge this crap directly, like I have, well, then what are you doing? What are you doing? Playing nice. Yeah, thank you, April. Hire civil liberties lawyer, please. I would need money for that. I didn't put a link, but if you go to the description of the channel, you can see different ways to donate. If anybody wants to donate, feel free. I certainly can't do this without money. I can't hire a lawyer without money, and especially in this state, because no one is willing to do the right thing just because, from what I've seen. They want money. All these lawyers want money. And we don't need lawyers. This is the thing. We need people who are going to say, no more. The line in the sand has been drawn, and we're not going to let any of you statist pigs to cross that line. Like I was telling the trooper today, you're not a pig. because you're a cop. You're a pig because of the way you act, because of the way you behave, because of the way you cover up for all the other pigs that you work with. Now, you're not going to join a bunch of pigs at a trough and change them. The only thing that's going to change is you. You're going to change. You will become a pig. You will become a pig. The noise ordinances, if you're referring to the Newfields town ordinance against picketing in a residential neighborhood, I am planning to go to the cul-de-sac at Hemlock Court, and I will violate my bail conditions there. I don't care. I don't care at this point. I've been charged with a Class B misdemeanor over and over and over and over again because I'm exercising my First Amendment right to petition the government for redress of grievances. And I'm not going to stop. And they can't stop me. If you go back and look how I shut that judge down yesterday, you can see how it's done. Now, I wouldn't advise that if you were facing some felonies or something that carried jail time. But when it comes to a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, I tried to talk to the trooper today and explain to him what disorderly conduct is and why it does not apply in this case or any of the other cases that I've been charged with disorderly conduct, or anybody else that's been charged with disorderly conduct for saying amen and things of that nature. It's an absolute disgrace what we're dealing with here in this country and in this state. And if you're not up in arms yet, you should be. Disorderly conduct. New Hampshire RSA 644-2 is when someone knowingly or purposely creates a condition which is hazardous to himself or another, in a public place. I was in a public place. Pretty much always in a public place when I do these things. By any action which serves no legitimate purpose. Which serves no legitimate purpose. So, whenever one, such as myself, is at a public hearing at the State House or at the Legislative Office Building or anywhere else for that matter, and we're there to express ourselves in our displeasure with these tyrants, that would be a legitimate purpose. Therefore, we don't even need to get in to all this other stuff on why disorderly conduct does not and cannot apply to those who are exercising their First Amendment right at public hearings or outside of public hearings or on the State House property or on a street corner, you can't be charged with disorderly conduct. And again, let me break my bail conditions. Again, for good measure. So the Gestapo could and should be coming to kick down my door. But they don't care. The Gestapo being the New Hampshire State Police. Why don't they care? Because they're not going to get forced. From what I was told today, they're not going to get forced to get the vax. They're confident in that. But they will shove you and me in a fucking cattle car. I'll check the comments here. Let's see here. This does not have anything to do with Biden or Trump. This is bigger than Trump and bigger than Biden. After 3, what's a felony? Noise ordinances. Noise ordinances are for people who are making a noise in a public place and disturbing the peace. But it does not apply. Disorderly conduct and noise ordinances do not apply to First Amendment protected speech. You can flip the cops off and not be arrested for it. You can yell at the cops. I mean, BLM and Antifa were burning down cities and tearing down statues. And I'm getting arrested for a loud voice. So today, we had our bail conditions on the New Hampshire 9. I get it confused sometimes with the Newfields 9, but the New Hampshire 9 arrests. We had a hearing on our bail conditions, and the state was not even there. When I had my arraignment yesterday, the state was there, and we heard bail conditions. We went over the bail conditions. But today, the state wasn't there, and we were not allowed to go over the unconstitutional bail conditions. These state troopers act like they're our friends. This guy apologized to me repeatedly. I'm sorry for this, man. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for this while you're shoving me into a fucking boxcar is not acceptable. As nice as the guy was, and we got into a nice deep conversation, that's besides the point. He, if he's watching, you're still a fucking pussy. All you and your state trooper buddies that showed up today to try to instill fear into us, while these politicians are finding back doors and violating the law and not even allowing, again, public access. Most of us were kept outside. There were 2 overflow rooms that you couldn't even hear Never mind half these reps and politicians and whoever got their face diapers on and they're mumbling under their face diaper and they can't enunciate their words and they can't speak loud enough for us to hear them. But they pass what was 27 million, but was today 22 million because they already slid that other 7 million in. So this is what playing nice gets us. This is what petitions and Reopen New Hampshire gets us, because they promised that the fiscal committee was going to shut it down. Back on the first executive council, the fiscal committee was going to shut it down. Don't worry about it. You guys messed up. You guys shut down the hearing for no reason. The fiscal committee was going to shut it down. They were going to vote no. But now, according to Andrew Manous, he said now they're going to vote yes. So, people who are going to stand on their conviction and vote no are now going to vote yes. Why? People need to rethink who they're aligning with in this fight. And the fight has not yet begun. Believe that. The fight has not yet begun. The sheriffs are at fault too. Yes. I have Spanish moss glued to my face. Yes. This is those are the type of things that the trolls come with. Yep. Intelligent. Thank you, Desiree. So what happened today was after they voted yes on accepting this bribe money and extortion money, about 15 or 20 goons, state troopers, showed up at one end of the hall, the end that I was at, of course, and tried to start forcing us all the way down the other end of the hall. And I actually helped to clear out the hall as we were moving down. I'll upload that video when we get off here. And you can see that I was helping the situation along and trying to help, even though these officers were trying to use fear tactics against us. And that's not going to work with me. And it's not going to work with these mama bears either. And I'm going to point this out because a lot of other people have been pointing this out. Where's the men at? Where are the men at? Where are the men at? I see more women with children out here at these events than I see men. And it's a shame. I also told that trooper, where are you guys on your time off? You should be standing with us. He said, how do you know we're not? Really? How do I know you're not? Because I'm out there every fucking weekend, every day. And I have eyes to see and ears to hear. You guys should make yourselves known, law enforcement. Not hiding in the shadows and trying to do things from behind the scenes and saying, we're sorry, I'm sorry for arresting you today. I'm sorry, Nurse Therese, for arresting you for saying amen. I'm sorry is not going to cut it. I'm sorry is not upholding your oath to the Constitution, is it? No, it's not. So let me violate my bail conditions a little more. I'll violate my bail conditions all day long. I can play this game. Because I don't play games. I changed the rules. Can fuck around and find out. So yeah, disorderly conduct. This is their catch-all that they use to say you can't do that. You can't say that. You can't. You've got to be on good behavior, right? I got to be on good behavior now. Oh, yeah? What are you going to do? What are you going to do with your little Class B misdemeanors? Maximum $1,200 fine. And if I don't pay that fine, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if I don't pay that fine? Anything? Can you put me in jail? No, you can't. People will see the truth when it comes to light. You're going to see these judges start coming out the woodworks in our defense. You're going to see all these cases getting thrown out. And I'll keep presenting myself because I'm better than a lawyer. Better than a lawyer. Smarter than a fucking lawyer, too. These lawyers are a joke. You know, whatever. There's a nice lawyer, William Jens. He's a good guy. I like him. But you can see the video from today. This ain't the time to poke the bear. When is the time to poke the bear? When is the time to poke the bear? That's the question. If not now, when? If not now, you'll never do it. Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. The men who are sitting back, waiting to shoot their guns. Give me a fucking break. Yeah, we could get into the whole inflation and the printing of money. A lot of people don't understand how all this money printing is theft directly from the dollars in your pocket. As an example, say you have $100 in your pocket, and then I double the money supply, but I don't double the dollars in your pocket, right? What does that do? It devalues your dollars, cuts it in half by 50%. So the $100 that you had is now worth 50. That $100 that you were going to buy something with is now costing $200. I do have an email. My email is absolutedefiance@protonmail. So you can hit me up there. Discord, I'm not really on Discord all that much. I am doing my best to not get kicked off of YouTube. This is my only reach right now. The channel's not monetized. Again, if anybody wants to donate, there's links to my PayPal and all that stuff in the description of the channel. There's a Give Butter campaign. I have a war chest. The war chest on Give Butter is for bail for me or anybody else. Body cams. We need body cams. And some signs. We'd like to get some more signs. So if anybody wants to chip in on that, feel free. I'm not going to beg for money. I don't need money. I live a comfortable life. I live a humble life. And I'll sleep in the fucking woods. I'll sleep under a rock. I've been homeless before. I spent 5 years in solitary confinement. Okay, let that sink in, people. 5 years in solitary confinement. Okay. Here in New Hampshire, for nonviolent, victimless crimes, drug crimes. Most of you do not know the half. You don't know the half. Thank you. People say, how did you do it? How did you do 5 years in solitary confinement? That's amazing. I had no choice. I had no choice. So I don't see it as a great accomplishment. Part of that was a great accomplishment. The greatest accomplishment that I've ever achieved with my 9th grade education. Yes. My 9th grade education. So with that 5 years in solitary confinement, which many of you don't know, some of you may, the last 2.5 years, I was held in solitary for refusing to shave my beard on religious grounds. And people said, give up. You're never going to win. You're never going to win. The judges don't care. The Constitution doesn't exist. The system is too corrupt. And what do you think I said? Doesn't matter. It's not about winning or losing. It's about principle. That's what it's about. It's about principle and standing your ground and not complying. It wasn't about winning a lawsuit. I did not get any money. That's a different story. But I did win the lawsuit, and I did win my release from solitary confinement. Pro se, with a ninth grade education. So if I can do it, why can't you do it? There's nothing stopping anyone. Fuck around and find out. There's nothing stopping anyone from standing up however you can on your own 2 feet Nothing stopping you but your morals and your principles. And that's the problem. People don't have principles. They don't have values. They don't have morals. They don't hold themselves accountable to their own values and morals. And that's why we're here right now. The moms with their 2 infants. Exactly. So, back to the story. I was trying to clear out the hallway and make sure no one was left behind or scooped up like I was by the Gestapo, the brown shirts. And there were a couple women with children who were packing up their stuff to get out of the hallway. And you can see in the video the tyrants telling me, get your baby and get out of the building now. Get your baby and get out of the building now. I didn't even see or hear that in the moment. I seen the video. And these state troopers should be embarrassed. Just like those women said. They should be ashamed and they should be embarrassed. It's absolutely disgusting what's happening in this country. What's happening in this state. Our governor is unhinged right now. Our governor is unhinged. He is flipping out. Out of the 21 people, or it's fluctuating, whatever, the 20 or so people, I bet you half of you are state troopers. I bet you half the people watching right now are state troopers and Newfield's town cops. And the governor's personal security. The insane are running the asylum. That's for sure. And yep, Lisa, communist takeover. It is for real. And if people don't think it's for real, well, you'll find out soon enough. You're going to own nothing and you're going to be happy. You're going to own nothing and be happy. So yeah, dragging this thing out here, But it's time to pick a side. Whether you're a state trooper or a Concord PD or whatever you think you are, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, got to get out of that groupthink. We're never, ever, ever going to have freedom if we can't agree to disagree. People are always telling me, calm down, calm down, calm down. You don't have to be so loud. But you don't see me telling people, you are not loud enough. You are not loud enough. But you're not. None of you. I'm not loud enough. I'm not loud enough. Fuck around and find out. There's no way anybody is loud enough. You can't be loud enough. I mean, I wish loud would do it. I wish that's what would do it. But it's probably not. I don't think this type of loud is going to do it. As much as I hope that it may have some sort of impact. But I'm not hopeful. I'm not one of those rainbows, unicorns, and fairy dust kind of guys. Even though people call me liberal and snowflake. Because my views are all over the place. Fuck you Democrats. Fuck you Republicans. All you fucking Trump, you're drunk off Trump. You're drunk off Trump. He's not coming back. He's one wing of the vulture. And he's not going to save you. I hate to break it to you. I have a lot of hardcore Trump friends, and I love you all dearly. I love all my friends. Whether you're a freaking Democrat or a Republican, I don't give a fuck. Quite frankly. It's meaningless. It's a meaningless distinction. I'm a this. I'm a that. I'm a this. I'm a that. But what do you do? How do you act? That's the question. That's what I'm concerned about. That's what I look at. So yeah. I'm running on fumes here. People. Gonna wrap this up. Definitely going to break my bail conditions some more. Right here. And I am going to go to the governor's house. Well, outside his house. The cul-de-sac. The cul-de-sac. We're not going to go on his property or anything like that. But that's always been the target. That's where we catch the most flack. And you know what that means. I know you know what that means. So we're going to go back to Sununu's house. I'll get arrested. I'll violate my bail conditions. I don't care. Fuck around and find out. I can play this game all day long. All day long. So keep your eye out. Go to the Telegram. Link up there. And try to put that for maybe 2 to 4 weeks out. We'll see. I'll talk to some of the other event organizers and see when might be a good time to do that. But time to get it. Time to slay this dragon once and for all. And it's not going to get done by playing nice. Being nice. Be peaceful. We can be loud. Just because I'm loud doesn't mean I'm not peaceful. You'll know. You'll know when I'm not peaceful. You'll know when I'm not peaceful. With that, signing off. Time to get arrested. Over and over.